morning students. In this video we are going to discuss about economic chapter number 16, economic liberalization, privatization and globalization. Okay. In previous video we have discussed about liberalization. What is liberalization or what is the definition of liberalization is government gradually reduced restriction which is imposed by the government. Government gradually reduce restriction which is imposed on a private sector that lead to the economic encouragement and that lead to the economic growth. Okay. Once again, government gradually reduce restriction which is imposed on a private sector that lead to the economic encouragement or economic growth. It is known as a liberalization. Okay. Previously, only 18 sector have to take a license, or you can say most of the industries, whenever you want to establish industry, then you have to take a permission or license from the government of India. But after the liberalization, only 18 sector have to take a private license from the government. If your industry is falling other than 18, then you can establish easily without a license. Okay. So, this is the features of a liberalization, and one benefit of this liberalization is production has been increased, while but what is the disadvantages is liberalization is mostly focused on industrial sector. So, agriculture sector remained backward. Okay. Industrial sector, this liberalization promotes industrial sector only, that's why agriculture sector become poor or backward. So, there is some benefit or disadvantages of liberalization. Today we are going to discuss privatization. Okay. As the name suggests, what is privatization? Whatever the control over the industries, whatever the control over these industries have to transfer to the private sector. By whom? Government of India. Government of India, in other terms, you can say that Government of India transfer management, either management or ownership, to the private sector. It is known as a privatization. In detail, what is the definition? Ownership and management. If in your board exam the question is like that, define privatization, and you didn't write ownership and management, either of two words, then the paper checker will not give you marks, because there is two keywords, ownership, either ownership or management. So, ownership and management of industrial unit under the state control is handed over or transferred to the private sector is called as a privatization. In other terms, Government of India transferred management or ownership to the private sector is called as a privatization. Okay. This is the definition of privatization. Second, those areas which are reserved for public sector, now this is open for a private sector. Okay. The motive of this privatization is the area which is reserved for a public sector, now this is open for a private sector. That's why it is known as a privatization. Third point, states keeps. So in definition here write ownership and management, and here write one word or, means government didn't transfer management or ownership both to the private sector. Okay, that's why third point, what important third point, what is said, either government of India transferred management to the private sector or keeps ownership with them. Once again, either government of India keeps management with them or transfer ownership to the private sector, or either government of India keeps ownership with them or transfer management to the private sector. Okay, means government of India is not handed over management or ownership both to the private sector. Okay, which is the main or important characteristics of this private sector. Okay, what is the difference between privatization and other terms which is very famous today after the 2014 is the disinvestment. What is privatization and what is disinvestment? Okay, suppose one bank name is SBI, State Bank of India. This is a wholly government owned bank in which government of India's partnership or share is nearly 92%, means whatever profit is done by this SBI, out of this 92% of profit has to give SBI to the government of India. मीन्स जो भी प्रॉफिट होता है उसमें से 92% शेयर है वो SBI को गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के साथ शेयर करना पड़ता है. ओके, so now what is difference between privatization and disinvestment? So government share, when we count share is always 100%. Out of this now government sold less than 50%, means 49% share. Now government ownership, government sold 51% शेयर, गवर्नमेंट है वो 100 में से 51% शेयर है वो सोल्ड कर देते, तो नाउ गवर्नमेंट्स ओनरशिप is only 49%. So now what we called it is a privatization, because now government of India have not a power of in a management or in a ownership. Means the company means or in a bank of SBI is totally managed by the private sector, is called as a privatization. What is the definition of this privatization in terms of a share? Then we can say that when government of India sold their 51% share to the private sector is known as a privatization. Means now a government of India have no power in a management or in a ownership. It is called as a privatization. Important terms. What is then what is disinvestment? When government of India sell only 49%, means 100 में से 49% शेयर गए तो 51%. So government of India have a 51% share. What is the definition of disinvestment? Is government of India never reduced never sell their share less than 51%, मीन्स 51% से कभी वो कम सेल करेंगे नहीं. ओके, सो इट इज कॉल्ड एज अ disinvestment. So what is the role in disinvestment of a government? What was the government's role in disinvestment? So ownership is in the hand of a government of इंडिया. मीन्स जो SBI की जो ओनरशिप है वो भी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के पास रहेगी. उसका जो प्रॉफिट है, प्रॉफिट मार्जिन है, वो क्या हो जाएगा, कम. ओके, बट गवर्नमेंट्स मैनेजमेंट इज नॉट इन द हैंड ऑफ अ गवर्नमेंट. मीन्स इट इज मैनेज बाय सम प्राइवेट sector or some private companies. So this is the difference between privatization and disinvestment. In privatization, government share more than 50% share, and it is known as a privatization. While in a disinvestment, government sold less than 50% share, okay, is known as a disinvestment. Okay, today in a previous 2020 budget, government of India have said that we consequently sold LIC, Life Insurance Corporation's share, which is totally owned by a government of India or established by a government of India. What was government of India said? We will consequently sell a Life Insurance Corporation's share. Okay, and this Life Insurance Corporation, when this company was formed, it is a 5,000 crores company, and today government of India have said that LIC's brand value is a 36 lakh crore. Means government of India consequently disinvest from this LIC. Why? Because when the government have no money, then and after government sold, every year, one interesting fact is every year government of India earn nearly 2 lakh crore rupees from this investment. Okay, IOCL, NICL and other petroleum companies, which was owned by a totally government of India. So now government of India sold their share from this company. So when government of India have a no revenue or enough amount of revenue, then they disinvest company and make a profit out of them. Okay, so this is the difference between disinvestment and privatization. What was the advantages of this privatization? So first, increase in a number of production units in industrial sector. Okay, because we have seen in liberalization that railway, atomic energy and in a defense sector, different companies have been come and also established their private units. So different types of private units have been established and the production is consequently increased. Okay, today we have seen that in a defense sector also private sector included, and most of the defense equipment we have purchased from Russia and USA. While in railway, some private companies also included in a manufacturing of coaches. So, and the benefit of this privatization is private sector always looking for the profit scope, means the private company's main motive is, or the profit is at the centers. That why they established number of production units or in an industrial sector. Next, production has been increased in capital intensive and consumable commodities due to privatization. Okay. Production has been increased because of the capital intensive, while some Government of India wanted to construct one bridge, but they have not enough amount of a resource like a labor and a management. So, what Government of India did or done is, Government of India release one tender and say that interested companies can fill up their tender and send to the Government of India. So, out of that, Government of India partialize and gave some contract to the company, because Government of India have a money, but they have not enough amount of this resource. So, that is why production has been increased, because of a private company have a very good amount of resources like a capital intensive, and because of this consumable commodities, means whatever we consume is consumable commodity, production is increased because of this privatization. Okay. Next, third point, working capacity of public sector has improved due to privatization of public sector enterprise. When you went or go in a public sector office or government office, then you find most of the people is like you, they are ignoring their work. Okay. So, the working capacity of public sector is too low, while the Government of India privatized some company, that is why the public sector capacity has been increased and indirectly the production has been increased. Okay. Next, what is the disadvantages of this privatization? So, first, economic power has centralized as a result of a privatization. Private sector has one and only owner, like a Reliance Industries, Tata Group. So, they have a one chairman. So, the economic power has a centralized, because the whatever the one owner or person have said, other people have to follow the same rule. So, economic power has a centralized as a result of a privatization, and that is why the monopoly, the checking of the monopoly has been increased. Next, cottage industries have not been developed, only large industries have been benefited, because cottage industries have a large amount of investment on their machines and other accessories, while the profit scope is too low. That is why the cottage industry, most of the owner didn't show interest to establish in a cottage industries, while only large industries have been benefited. Next, prices have not remained under control due to privatization. Okay. Because one person or private company always looking for the profit, so they sell their goods and services in a market with a high price. That is why the global problem of a price rise can be seen, or other terms of For this we can use as a inflation. What is inflation? When the unconditionally the prices of the goods and services have been increased, so it is called as a inflation. Government of India targeted inflation is only between 2 to 6%. Means ideally we have considered our inflation as a 4%. When we reduce 2 from the 4, then we get a 2, and when we add a 2% from 4, then we get a 6%. So 4% is ideal, and today our inflation is in itself a 4%. Inflation is count from the CPI, Consumer Price Index. So from the privatization, the global problem of price rise can be seen, because private companies always looking for their profits. So this is the definition, advantages and disadvantages of this privatization.